Allow me to have a word about political hypocrites. They just be tripping me out sometimes because you have people that use public roads, attend public schools, other public venues, public events, etc. And they be the first ones complaining about certain public programs. How is you as a person that probably K through 12 went to public school, somehow you're elitist enough that you can't support universal health care? Right? So people should pay for your education, which has an expense. We can't pay for universal health care as a basic level because public school is not the only option, K through 12. And as people that K through 12 know, that went to upper echelon, be it community college, traditional 4-year college, graduate school, etc., technical schools, etc., know that you got to pay for that, right? So, but you a product of K through 12, probably public school. That's I think what most people probably go to. I don't know, but you have a problem with universal health care because you're talking about you don't want to pay for those people and you want to enjoy your private rooms, etc. But we're just saying as a baseline level, as a public school offering for universal health care. That's political hypocrisy because you use other public services and goods, don't you? And even those same people complain about Obama phones, but you got to realize these phone companies, be it T-Mobile, Sprint, AT&T, and Verizon, they actually put in a fee so they can cover phones a certain amount of free service for people that are in a bad situation, low income situation, etc. So that's actually not taxpayer money. That's the premium you pay for having your phone service. You know what I'm saying? So that's not coming out of taxpayers' dollars. That's coming out of the privileged people's dollars that can actually afford these cell phones. Or even the people that are struggling, say that even a teenager trying to get a cell phone, guess what? You're giving back in that way. That's political hypocrisy. And that also brings me to the point of the people, be it a self-proclaimed Democratic Socialist and Bernie Sanders, that's willing to spend 36 some odd trillion dollars, I believe that's the number, for universal health care. But what's the universal number for the amount that African American descendant slaves were cheated out of? And that comes up to around 14 trillion some odd dollars these days, which is actually less. And that's something that's actually owed to the people. Universal health care is not owed to the people. That's political hypocrisy. That's just a reflection of the United States' greatness and how we're raising our level of society, just like, wait for it, Social Security, that those same hypocrites against universal health care collect as well. They pay into it and they collect it. See that hypocrisy right there? They want it one way, but it's really another. Or they think the taxpayers should pay for this, but they shouldn't pay for that. But what are you talking about? Because just because it benefits you and you have some kind of, ridiculous idea of what should be provided by the government? Like, come on. Come on. You know what? People can say, guess what? Public schools don't belong there. Why should you got to pay education? Your dumb child probably don't even want to be there and waste your time in the first place. You don't have to pay for the private school. If not, get it how you get it. Do something else. But you can't even go for that because you try to play up to the majority and you try to say, hey, the majority of people buy health insurance. Well, guess what? They bought health insurance because there was another alternative. If there was another alternative for education, guess what? People have to pay for education, and even at that point, prices might be lower. And you can see that from the college level. So it's a lot of hypocrisy. People saying, hey, talking about people abusing the government and using the government and sucking up all the money and not working hard, but they don't realize what they be doing. So it's just a social aspect to it. It doesn't make a lot of sense. It's not based in facts. It's not based in reality. It's just based on, hey, this is how I feel. This is just the way it is, and this is the right way to do it. Well, what makes you an expert? Who makes you an expert on how the money should be spent in the United States, taxpayers' dollars. And you can't complain about socialism for those people that like to complain about socialism. And I'm not a supporter of full-fledged socialism, but you got to look at it. Social Security provides a service for the people. And then you can say, well, Social Security is not working out these days. But guess what? They only tax you up to $128,000 of your income. They don't tax money above that. So there's a lot of people left out that aren't paying their fair share into Social Security. And yeah, we can make some other kind of tweaks to it as well. But come on now. People just want it one way, but they don't want it the other way. They want to be selfish in terms of what the government gives, but they don't want to give it in that direction. So all of a sudden, it's a different kind of circumstances. Nah, dog, it's all the same thing. We live in a mixed economy. And I'm not talking about full-fledged socialism, where you make more money collecting the government checks than actually working. No, I'm talking about protections and being a part of this great American society. And that's what it comes down to. Yes, I know we have Medicaid, Medicare, etc. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a universal basic option, just like public schooling. For those people that want to go there, went there, want to send their kids to public school, etc. But yet, you expect everybody to pay for it, even people that don't have children, people that don't send their kids to public school, people that never even attended public school themselves, or only attended public school themselves for a short period of time. And they still get that money through property taxes, etc. So it's a lot of jockeying and position between sides and how government money should be spent. And I don't think there's one true absolute way for that at all. You got people fighting for this and for that. That's the right way. That's the wrong way. They wrong, etc., etc. Like, come on now. Come on now. No, actually, you're wrong. God can flip it right back on you. And that's how it can be. I'm not playing around with that. But then it also brings you back to how certain things are done within the United States. What are you entitled to? And no one's entitled to anything, but there's a special privilege of living in the United States, the wealthiest country in the world, where we can do certain things, give people a certain type of baseline. It's not to replace hard work. It's not to replace earning a certain level of income and having certain things. That's not what it's about. God can say, hey, that's not old, but what is old, and you may not agree with this, but you should agree with it because it's actually fact-based, explains the wealth gap between blacks and whites, is a certain level of reparations. And I mean a certain level of reparations for African-American descendants of slaves, be it through slavery, be it through Reconstruction, Jim Crow, mass incarceration, etc. Money that was actually stolen, wealth that wasn't paid up properly. Actually, you can say it's the definition of socialism, where you're doing all the work and everybody else is benefiting. And that was at the beginning of our country. So you can even say our country didn't even start off as true capitalism, fair, every man, woman for themselves. Go get it how they get it. Like, nah, we're in slavery. You're doing the work for us. You're going to raise our country up so we can get the Industrial Revolution going. We're going to block you out of Social Security. And then we're not going to allow you to achieve certain things as it comes to businesses, doing Reconstruction and joining our society in the various ways. You see? That was socialism right there. So, am I a proponent of socialism? No. I'm a proponent of fairness, capitalism, but also raising our standards of society, which is a mixed economy. And a mixed economy, thus far in the history of human beings, has been the best option. A mixed economy. So you can't say the United States is capitalistic. No. You can't say the United States is socialistic. No. It's a mixed economy. That's what we have. Pay attention to the facts. Stop jockeying position with all these politics and acting like these are games and going to war. No, come on, deal with the truth. Think about it. Think about it. That mess is funny to me. It might not even sound like I'm delivering a joke right now. Because, yeah, I'm joking, but I'm joking in terms of like, yo, look at yourself in the mirror. What are you thinking about? How stupid are you? Are you actually breaking down the money? Are you actually looking at it? Are you actually looking at the basic overall history of the United States? We're in a mixed economy, dog. The government is going to provide certain things, but also you're going to provide certain things as well. And it's a trade-off. Should we do it this way or should we do it this way? But the one thing that's old, it is not a guarantee. Is when you have people do work for you, you Pam, you don't block people. You treat it fairly. That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Oh, and no, sir. I definitely didn't forget about those neoliberal Democrats. Not at all. Talking about illegal immigration. Hmm, hmm, hmm. That's supported by Hollywood. Hmm, hmm, hmm. You know what? Let's see how much they like it if we just got a bunch of illegal immigrants come over the border and had their bosses hire illegal immigrants to take their jobs. I think they'd be singing a different tune. But guess what? Immigration is supposed to be based legally on having available jobs and enhancing the economy. Yeah, we take people all that are in bad situations, refugees, etc. Okay, we get that. We work out a plan for that, but we can't just have people flooding the borders, right? And they try to paint it as like people are anti-immigrant, and there might be a few of them out there. We know who they are and what they constitute and what they align themselves with in this country. But come on. Immigration has to make sense. 'Cause guess what? Back in the day, immigration didn't make sense during Reconstruction. Because guess what? They didn't like all the black people being in this country post Civil War, right? So they had these European immigrants come in and flood in and take these jobs, these jobs in terms of government jobs, police officer jobs, factory jobs, and we weren't allowed to join their unions at all. And they even allowed certain ethnic white groups to achieve whiteness and hold down the black man. So come on, this ain't nothing new about bringing in immigrants to take people's jobs and what have you, and to push people out, and to not train and develop the people that you have in your country, and to marginalize the people that you already have in your country. It's supposed to be make sense. It's supposed to be make sense immigration, especially considering the wealth gap between white and black people, and black people haven't gotten their dues. The African American descendants of slaves, black people, mind you, haven't gotten their dues yet. You're going to try to make citizenship not mean anything and point right back to look at these immigrants flooding across the border. Why can't they get in here? Well, guess what? They had a different history. They had a different background. Don't ever compare them to African American descendant slaves. Don't ever do that. So that, the joke's on y'all with that one. The joke is on y'all with that one. And I just can't believe people doing it. And I don't know it's about as much as me telling a joke. Like I said, this stuff be funny to me that people ignore history and they try to be like, oh, hey, we're this and that inclusive. But nah, you got to adjust certain situations and you got to realize how things hurt certain people. African American descendants of slaves are hurt by these certain things. And you got even black people that tell you, well, it doesn't matter. I'm hustling, I'm going to get mine. Who cares? For the border. They don't know what they're talking about. Black life ain't improved since 1968. Shoot. How can you expect people to have a certain kind of or a different perspective? There ain't much change in terms of what's going on with people's pockets, and I mean pockets on a deeper level. Wealth, investments, opportunities, things of that nature. Ain't been no change. Home ownership declining. Ain't been no change. But we can have sanctuary cities and democratic cities, and these same democratic cities want to build prisons for the youth, for the black youth to lock them up. And you have this 70% population just want to lock everybody up. Yeah, everybody has criminals, but you have to look, why do certain kinds of crimes happen? Why do certain kind of drug-related crimes or certain kind of crimes where people trying to get money? Because when you box them out of wealth, certain things happen. Why don't you just even up that wealth gap and then determine, even up that wealth gap, even up that wage gap, and then determine who is really the bad guy or the good guy? Because a lot of it just be social conditioning, saying, nah, that's bad, that's good, and it's bad because the black people do that. It's bad because such and such does that. And people doing that. They be charming up on you. They're like, nah, we got the power, we ain't letting it go. It's almost like it's a war, if you will. And people say, hey, if it was shoes on the other foot, black people would have did that to white people. And I don't know that for a fact. I haven't seen it through this history. You figured it would have been done. And that's a lame excuse, but we try to have competitive and fairness. So yeah, people tell you ain't doing good, But at the same time, they won't let you do good and still blame you for that. Like, you're supposed to be happy that you can breathe air and you sit there and ain't have nothing. So please, y'all funny to me on this one. I'm cracking up. I'm cracking up at the majority of society on that one. Yeah. Think with your mind. Think with your mind. Use your mind. Don't be trying to create this little melting pot fish tank to entertain these Hollywood celebrities. These people that think they got something. Nah, come on, we're gonna do in reality, dog. Reality. Having jobs for people. Having citizenship means something. Addressing the ills of society. Common sense, immigration. But y'all so worried about, especially when they livers worried about, well, we gotta have all this immigration because Republicans mean something different. Nah, don't worry about what they talking about. Don't worry, it ain't what else somebody means, about what it is, about what them facts. But I'm just laughing at y'all. I'm laughing at y'all this one. I'm in a good belly laugh. Cause y'all funny to me. Cause y'all don't make sense. Y'all don't make sense. Y'all don't deal with it. Y'all don't deal with the facts. I don't know where y'all be getting that from. So that mess is funny to me, dog. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.